Today on the channel, we've got the final of our 5-pack Legacy United Autobots Stand United set. We're looking at Hound on The Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured, back with another Transformers Legacy United review. This time, we're looking at Hound, the final figure, the most sought after figure, the reason why we all bought this pack and bought a bunch of guys we already had. Earth Mode Hound. So Hound was supposed to be released in Studio Series 86. It's not really confirmed, but he was supposed to be number 19. There's no 19. There is no Studio Series 86 19. He was going to be a part of the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line, but with a Studio Series 86 number, sort of like Cup and Cliff Jumper and Dead Prowl and Dead Ironhide, even though Ironhide's got the wrong number too. But he was initially going to be a Studio Series 86 figure, and they couldn't get him out because they canceled Buzzworthy Bumblebee. So they figured out another way to do it, which is make us buy 4 guys that we may or may not need. I've done a series on the rest of them. Tried to give pros and cons of why you would keep these new ones or over your older ones. And it's kind of a mixed bag. There's reasons for some, maybe not so much for others. But we don't have that debate with Hound. So Hound is our last 1984 series Autobot, original art crew. If you're, cartoon enthusiast, you probably just count the 84 guys the only ones on the ship. Personally, I think everybody that has an Earth mode was on the ship, but that's my little world. In the cartoon, they were not given explanations as to where they came from. They were just there, so made it seem like they were on the ship. But Hound is a, fan favorite character. Not as popular as Jazz, but definitely more popular than Trailbreaker or even Sunstreaker. Maybe not as popular as Wheeljack, or at least Hasbro would have you believe, considering all the Wheeljacks they've made. But he is a pretty popular figure, character, pretty popular character. So we finally got him. I'm not going to go too much into, commentary on Hound. This is how we had to get him. I feel like they'll probably make another one, but this one is in the show colors, or it's close to the show colors, I guess, we're going to really get. And I'm glad to have him. So, looking at him up close. This version of Hound, this retool, is from it's a retool of the Siege mold. And they made it as Detritus and put Detritus in Legacy Evolution as just a regular release instead of releasing Hound. Highly annoying. I did not buy Detritus, which would be the figure I'd be comparing him to, so there's not going to be a comparison in this video because it's just Hound. I don't own Detritus, and nothing against Detritus, but I don't want Detritus, so I didn't buy him. But he is very, very close to the Siege version, but in Earth mode, which a lot of people said, their kind of stance was, well, the Siege version it's close enough to the Earth mode that I don't need an Earth mode. And I was like, no, we need an Earth mode. Plus, in addition, why would they not make an Earth mode when they're making Earth modes for everybody else? So, I was right. I knew it was going to happen, and it's happened. So, Hound's looking pretty close to his animation model. The only weird thing that I've even seen about him is this back portion of him. And I don't think the Siege version has that weird back portion like that. I'm going to have to look at my Siege version So I'm probably going to do in the comparisons section of the video, I'll probably pull out Siege Hound and do a comparison anyway, because that's weird. He does have a kind of gappy back. I mean, I'm not really looking at my figures from the back, but it is a little weird. Other than that, he looks good. His transformation is going to be the same pretty much as Siege Hound, and we're going to get into that in a second. All right, so we've got Hound in Jeep mode, and he looks pretty decent. He's got a weird gap in the middle, but you know, it works. It rolls pretty well. Looks like an Earth Jeep rather than a Cybertronian Jeep. Even though this isn't really much of a seat, but it's, you know, it works. It passes. It's a Jeep. Looks like Hound, and you can, you know, store your weapons on there. Works out pretty good. So you've got your 360-degree rotation on it, and that pretty much will do it. We can keep this one short and sweet. We'll move on to comparisons. All right, for comparisons, we're going to start off with our 5-pack of Autobots United together. See them all in one shot. Obviously, you know, they all match together. The aesthetic matches. They definitely look, you know, look pretty good together. I definitely don't regret buying it. I do feel like there's some value to be had in all of these figures. You know, we're all betwixt and between the toy version or the comic book version or the cartoon version. And in a lot of ways, the cartoon version kind of feels like it should win because more people saw it. It's sort of like the most accessible version to people. So they have their advantage in cartoon colors. And to go with the Studio Series 86 stuff, which I feel like these figures kind of are, is a bonus. So there you go. There's your look at the 5-pack. Still got my little customizations on Wheeljack, and I think he's going to stay like that. And we're going to bring in a couple of other guys next. Okay, so we've got Siege Hound along with Earthrise Hound, and you know, you can see comparison wise they're definitely very similar. They are sharing similar engineering and parts, but the retool parts are the legs here and the chest and the sort of crotch. They're all different. And this Siege Hound, which is what I thought, has kind of a cockpit in here. But the Earthrise Hound, or the Earth Mode Hound, just has the windshield that the Siege Hound doesn't have. Now, to make him look more houndish, I did do some customizations. So I got a 3D printed rocket there and a sort of radar dish that you can stick in his arm for detector purposes, or you know, you can stick it in any arm with a peg, you know, mech tech port or whatever you want to call it. And then I've got a 3D printed hologram gun. And of course, you know, he's got a high-tech chest and a lot more technical details on the legs than on the Earth mode version. I keep saying Earthrise, but the arms are exactly the same. Hound still has the peg, so you can stick a blast effect on there, that sort of thing. Both of them look good. This Hound is, of course, closer to the toy colors, and this one, of course, matches the animation model. So you have that. Next up, you have Earthrise Optimus Prime, which has been the standard bearer for scale in the entire War for Cybertron and Legacy toy lines. And Evan has created a controversy within the fandom about the scale with the upcoming Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, which is a great figure, but is it correct? So here we're going to bring in the Recharge Optimus. And the Recharge Optimus is taller than the Earthrise Optimus, but I'm not sure if he's quite tall enough to the Studio Series 86. This one might be a little bit shorter than that. And when I did the video for this, I was like, well, you know, if you're doing like sort of like an upscaled, bulked up Optimus Prime, this could work. Comes with the same matrix and everything. But, you know, we may never know. But here's your Hound scale with both of these Optimus Primes. Neither one of them looks wrong, but I never saw a problem with this size. So as far as I know, I don't know. They want me to believe that the new Optimus is scaled up to the correct height, but I just don't buy it. All right, so there's your comparisons. Now I'm going to move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on Transformers Legacy United, Autobots Stand United 5-pack, Hound. We've been waiting, you know, almost 2 years for this guy since we found out that he was coming. And it's worth the wait. I wish I didn't have to buy a $100 pack to get him. $110 pack to get him. I wish I didn't have to buy a $110 pack to get him, but he's here. I don't really feel like I paid too much for the other ones. But it still would have been better to get him as a single release. As far as a way I got a figure rank, I'm going to give him a 9. I don't have one to compare him against. Again, I didn't buy Detritus. And this is what I bought the pack for. So yeah, I'm going to bump him up from an 8 to a 9. But I do think overall it's a solid set. It's a great pack. Especially if you miss some of these guys. Trailbreaker and Sunstreaker were difficult to get. If you like cartoon colors, which, you know, comparing them to the other ones, those are more in the vein of the toy colors, then it's still a good pack to get. Your mileage, of course, you know, may vary. Mine certainly did. There were some I liked better than others when comparing them to their original versions, and there were some that was just about the same. But we don't have that with Hound, so I'm going to give him a 9. Thanks for dropping by, checking out the video. Thanks for checking out the series. If you watched the entire series, if you haven't, Like I said, I have comparison videos on the other ones. And, you know, Transformers is a big part of this channel. And it's my favorite thing. So there'll be more of that. So I'm going to leave it there. Till the next video. Everybody stay safe. See you on the next one. Peace.
The way I got it figured.